that this will make a difference. You know what? You know what? Just for kicks. There, that's like 3 whole damage at the jelly fight. Whatever. Twitch staff has arrived. Okay. Alright, so the general flow of dealing with a little bit of safety EXP is that if you have 2 weapons, you can take on eagles. If you have 3 weapons, you can very kind of comfortably, reliably take on eagles. Dagger is not a very good weapon, so it doesn't necessarily count, but it is a weapon. That eagle has 2 HP left. There, so 1 round of... I'm sorry, 1 batch of 3 eagles. So either 2 eagles or 3 eagles will both be worth 2 levels. And those 2 levels bring... everyone up as far as agility goes by a respectable amount. And gives Tia enough HP to survive encounters from cores that could otherwise one-shot her. And nobody wants to die in 1 hit, you know? But that's what you call leapfrog. The early zap is nice. Also, now Artie has enough MP potentially to use zap. He needs a little bit of an MP heal to do so, but I'm assuming I'll accumulate some MP at some point. But 1 more batch of safety eagles just for kicks. The added additional... The extra little bit of levels is enough to go. Make it so we have the little extra punch that we need to bop those eagles lickety-split. Now they also have a 1% chance to drop the Eagle Rock, and the rock is awesome. But if you don't get it, it's not a big deal. And there's not a ton of other enemies this low in the cave that are such easy kills. I mean, they only have 28 HP. Like, even terrible beginner type weapons can deal enough damage to take them out. Not too much effort. All these mind gourds, all these mind potions, they're awful. What? That was an oops. Oh. Ugh. You know what? Just to send a message. Didn't get anything out of that that was all exciting like. But the War Rapier was helpful. It's pretty good pet food for late cave. Or end cave, I guess you could say even. Yeah, I'm happy to have it. A quick peek. Alright, I'm not going any further here. I could get lost. And having Zap without high magic means I can kill some undeads later for about the same EXP gain. Ah! Just gonna cast Flash! Yeah, Lufia dying is understandable. Bark Staff is great. I think I have a regain, yep. Wow. That one core is good enough to push me. You know what? We'll take a chance. Hopefully Maxim will survive. He definitely lived. So the Spark Staff is generally good enough to just outright one-shot these guys. It also has a higher crit rate, and any crit will just kill a core. Even a barehanded crit at level 1. So 3 cores is great. There comes a point in which fighting more red cores is not really worth it. You can kind of say the same thing for blue cores. But green cores and no cores never go out of style. Floor 15 means we can begin opening again. The Spark Staff is fire elemental, and a lot of undead enemies are susceptible to fire damage. A lot of the enemies in the first, I would say, third of the run are susceptible to fire damage. And it's a blue chest weapon, which means its attack power is among the highest of the weapons. So there's Cancer Rock later, which is obtainable, and the thing that drops those is also susceptible to fire, which is lovely. Burn Sword is pretty good too. And so many enemies are just weak to fire that having fire elemental damage on hand is very practical. Full Marco Blue Chest is that good. Not having a heal is a little scary because we're into the point where teleporters can hit us. From across an entire room. A room that, like, if I don't know the teleporters are in the room, they can still just kind of snipe you because they can land on top of you. So, certain floors, you gotta do that little stutter step. Especially once you enter the main portion of the room. I'm doing okay for supplies. I need some spells. I would take a healing tile. That would be enough for me to not even worry about dropping potions for a reasonable amount of time. But I don't think I'm going to be fortunate enough to discover a healing tile. My gut just says no. If Decker dies here... Okay. Interesting situation. What do I got? 66. Alright. I have 3 corpses. That ain't good. but I'm not out of the woods just because I have Artie. And having... So it seems like, oh, you probably want your stronger, tankier character alive. That's not necessarily the case, because enemies that you want to just avoid combat from altogether, you can't outrun them if it's only Decker alive. So what you gotta do is think about who's alive and who's dead, and then plan your revives accordingly. That way you optimize your likelihood of being able to continue to flee from combat that would otherwise just pound you down. I've done for revives to get everyone back on their feet. But I am holding out for a revive spell because blowing my miracles get everybody back to life is not. Not good. So regains are fine too, although I would definitely like some healing to top up people who I heal with a regain, because that will revive with 100 HP only. And Decker and Maxim both, I believe, right now have a reasonable amount more, over 100. Ah! Alright. Crystal Wand. Crystal Wand is a budget 3x option. I can get some value out of it, so I will mark it. It's like the least bad usable option. I truly hope I don't have to use it. That's crazy. So handling samurai or Ochi warriors in those 3-tile tall hallways is difficult in that their movement is just super erratic, and we know what it is. We know that it is they will move 1 tile towards you, and then their next step is that they will move 1 tile in a random direction. So when they do something like this, then you can at least only fight them 1 time. The snails are potentially enemies that I want to fight. they can be... they can generate combat against 2 different types of enemies on certain floors. And on other floors, they can generate a different type of enemy. And... oh no. I'm gonna burn a miracle. Oh wait, do that. Okay. I can deal with Maxim dying. I now have burned out all of my heals. I still have revives, and technically you can still heal with revives. Come on. Really? At least I don't have a choice. Did it kill too? Nope. Great. Well, now I have to go past. Alright, so they have a nasty AoE that they could use. So far, all 6 of the ones that I've had to touch have not used it, which is lovely. Wonderful, great, awesome. Spectacular. If I have to go across to the right, yep, I have to touch that one too. This is as bad as it gets. I'm not out of the woods yet. Alright, now I am. So now, if I were to find a revive spell, I could get everybody back up and do okay. But, I mean, you can tell how that was a resource drain. Really just looking around for more boxes to open. Revive armor. So some abilities on armors, some IP abilities on armors can be used to revive dead party members. Revive armor's IP ability does not actually revive. It cures status ailments like poison and sleep. And that's terrible. So we don't really care. We'll take a risk by bringing Tia back. Yep, there we go. That was an exact KO. So the risk was that she would die. I could have had Artie use a miracle to bring her back in battle, but then Artie would not be able to act, and I didn't really have a comfortable amount of spare IP. It's okay. We'll be fine. Now Tia has MP for when she does get back up later. And Decker and Artie are both gaining some levels. Two people, arguably the two people who I want to gain the levels the most right now are alive. Because if I need to keep a tanky person alive, it's gotta be Decker. And if I need to keep a speedy person alive, it's gotta be Artie. Now, I don't have much sustainability, so I could fight the crabs here, but it's risky. With the fire elemental stuff like the spark staff and the burn sword, though, I mean, you can see if I get the 50-50 win on them. Ugh. Fine, it's fine. One less problem to deal with later. If I have to come back in here, it's fine. I can deal with that plant. I don't have to come back in here. Alright, so this being a back attack means Artie, who is fast enough, can outspeed the crabs, get a third turn for free. Yeah, that went about as textbook as possible. And that's what I want, is to just try to set up situations where I'm not dealing with back attacks that I can't get the most value out of. I wouldn't mind having... Oh. I wouldn't mind having 2 Cancer Rocks. Not the most ideal thing. But Cancer Rocks do give defense, which is nice. Back row is important there because reducing any damage would have helped. Now, Vortex is magic, which means it doesn't get reduced whether you're in the front row or the back row. But if it punched me, I'd have been ready. But now comes a bit of a problem. I need to get... Zap will kill all three as long as they don't kill Artie in preparation, and... Okay. They do have a one-shot ability called Terminal Blow, which... They don't have a super high chance to use it, but if they do, it has, I think, a 40% chance to just kill whoever it hits, unless they have insta-death protection. And there's not a lot of gear that does that. A rare audio glitch, by the way. I have a lot of fires. I have a burn sword. No, sorry, I have two burn swords, a red saber, and the spark staff plus the fireball spell. This is a back attack on those ninjas. I might just take it for the assassins. The only way you can get a back attack on these guys guaranteed is if they are in that exact position below a door. Or if you spawn onto a floor and they're directly south of you. You get one free step of movement before they attack, and... Or, sorry, before they can act, move, whatever. That's why it's so important that you get that jump on that tile. If they're sideways, you don't get enough steps to target them from any other location. In terms of conserving a little MP, I am doing this. But typically Fry is enough to kill 2, and Zap is enough to kill 3. And having them both on hand meant I could be flexible. I have also some holy weaponry that I could have put on and used to get a one-shot, but I don't have the strong holy options. I've got the kind of weaker ones. Which meant if I wanted to take advantage of that, I would have had to be in the front row to get the most certainty of a KO. And being in the front row means more melee damage taken, and I don't want to do that. I guess Crystal Wand maybe could have done it. It is a holy weapon. It's pretty darn powerful. The upcoming versions of the assassins, the ninjas, are equally as fast, but in combat, they're a little slower. So when I say equally as fast, I mean they can still traverse the map just as quickly. They can move 2 steps for your 1. But they have the ability to act twice in combat, despite being a little slower. And their 2 actions can either be 2 attacks, or they can do 1 single knife thrower attack, which is an AoE that hits everybody pretty darn hard. Oh, thank you. or they can use Guillotine, which is another ability that can just straight up one-shot you. And that sucks when it happens to Decker. Because his job is to sponge hits, and him getting one round KO'd is awful. Or one hit KO'd, sorry. Can't have pie without royal whip. Ugh. That samurai is so threatening, I am not willing to wait it out. Although, based on the shape of this hallway, I may not have had to. So finding the freeze sword earlier is helpful because, there we go. In the event that I'm going to try to deal with the Hydora enemies, freeze sword is good. Why do I not have a Seribot? Aww. What are you judging me for? I like monitoring my own chat. It feels good to stomp a bot in the face, you know? If I have a bot do that for me, then how am I supposed to get the thrill of watching a scammer get deleted? Who are you going to ban in chat? Ugh. Hi, Daisy. Thank you for kisses. Ooh. Second Curse Lifter means potentially 2 deadly weapons. I do have some swords that could be deadly. Ugh. Yeah, or you should be able to kill one each time. Don't hit him. Okay. I'm just going to hold right out of this combat and pray. Okay. That was scary. I still don't have healing. I have to go up there. I'm a little intimidated because while the enemies aren't super scary, they can really beat me to a pull. Alright, heal armor is the first armor I've obtained that allows me to revive by using IP. Which is kinda nice, because it's the one thing that Decker can use to revive characters as a resource. And I can set up battles in which I can get a revive out, and then the next thing I do is is useful. I'm fighting 2 enemies, and Artie's able to outspeed. Or like right here. I can have him revive Maxim. I can have Artie defend. Then next turn, Artie can kill the thing before he gets the turn. There we go. There are some options, armor IPs that can AoE revive. I'm hoping I can score one. There we go. Oh, thank you for... Oh! Thank you for the follow, Akigaru. I did not realize that my alerts were covered by that. There we go. I hope I can entertain you. I don't want to mess with this. Here. Say forced combat. Yeah, I remember seeing you there. Awesome. Thank you for stopping by. You know what, we'll feed you up a little bit. Just because. Where is the dagger? Oh. You know what? You can have those. I had the short swords first. I'm dumb. Also, I do have a good deadly sword. Ah, darn it. Alright, well, whatever. Quick feeding up to cleanse up my inventory a little bit. And Sully 2 can potentially score a one-hit KO with a Perish Punch. And I'll take it if it happens. I have... So these guys are susceptible to Holy, Holy... Come on. Oh, I should have just cast Zap. Hello, Iris. Yeah, I am always happy to see the occasional fan of Lufia pop in. I know this game is a great game. There's a lot to the game, but I always find myself here in the cave. I just like it in here a lot. And I'm happy to provide what I hope will be good entertainment for you. I miscounted. Who else will die? Alright. Only Tia dies. That's unfortunate, but I can fix that or deal with that later. How embarrassing, though. Really need a revives. 50. Okay. Halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. What I got? 113. This does outspeed. Parish Punch not killing is unfortunate, but I'll take what I can get. Hey, MCH, good to see ya. Cave is going terribly. I haven't found a revive spell, and I've been skimming by. Chat stream, not voice chat. Ugh. My roommate, or not my roommate, my ex-roommate is going to be coming over in a little while. Yeah, PinkTuber. So I have a full-on VTuber in the works. Unfortunately, due to it not being complete for a much longer period of time than I was expecting, Yadrin, who you may remember from chat, he actually got me this PNG tuber to use as I please. Alright, 53 to 55. High Doras. They can come with cohorts that are susceptible to fire. Yeah, it's been about 4 years, I want to say. I think it was... No, maybe it's been closer to 3. I don't know. So through this specific artist, it's been years. I did have several other artists commissioned that dropped me due to school or whatever reason, so I'm not going to harp about it. Come on. On your late night walk. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing here. I'm on a late night walk too, you know? Alright, take inventory at the next battle. I'm also not going to go too ham on trying to collect Idora Rock. Ideally, I won't need them. That behemoth is, Alright. So, the reason I stepped left there is because there is a certain bit of movement tech. Certain enemies take turns dictating when they will move. On. I was trying to set it up so that way it would not move when I moved into the room and strike me. Now, it wouldn't get a back attack on me, but they still hurt. Ice Rock, okay. So the run is slowly coming together. Very slowly. I'm a little upset about how slowly it's coming together. The lack of sustainability. Oh, rally, okay. It's inefficient as heck. But we have healing. Alright, so I can actually afford to go a little faster now. I still want to open, but I'm not so concerned that I'm going to open everything immediately. Where is... Ugh. Tia's still low enough level that 2 hits on her from cores will just... From no cores specifically will kill her. Well, from any core that's not a red core, 2 hits will kill her. Hey, so the arena challenge this time is use a party composition that is different from your previous party that you've already secured a kill with. And I already did Max and Decker Guy Artie. So now I'm doing Max and Decker Tia Artie. Need to play these again. Never beat Fortress of Doom runes. Well, so Fortress of Doom is a heck of a game. It is... The best way I can describe it is to call it, like, 80s hard, where the battle... the random battle rate is absurdly high, and the enemies themselves are very good at peppering you down, so you're encouraged very much to grind a lot. And the game doesn't always give you very clear-cut instructions as to where to go to do certain things. Ruins of Lore? I'm gonna be that guy and say, I've never actually beaten it. You can put on the Aqua Sword. Actually, these guys are so slow. Even Decker with, like, plus 10 agility can just outright outspeed these. Hey, cool. Alright. Yeah, it's fine. Alright, so the high door being in the back is scary. That's why I'm dumping everything I got into it. Ice Falcon, then the free sword should kill, though, which is nice. Fortress of Doom. So here's the thing about Fortress of Doom. I love the way the characters are portrayed in Fortress of Doom. I like it more than how I like the characters are portrayed in this game. And I really like how the characters are portrayed in this game. Natsumi and Taito really know how to make enjoyable characters in their games. They did not go wrong here. Oh, hello. You know what? We'll do it. We'll eat the IP. We'll gain some IP here. He can't kill me. Kill him. I had the free sword on, so he was gonna die either way. Alright, so debatably, I'm close. Blizzard Blow, Barkstaff Cancer Rock, Uncursed, Deadly Rod, and a Decker Blade is a kill. Well, is a reasonable shot at a kill. 2, 4, 6. Wait, so Iris, are you saying that you have played The Legend Returns? Because if so, that's fantastic. More people need to play Legend Returns, even though it, in my opinion, is kind of a play it one time, and then you're kind of done with it. Like, I don't know if I'm ever going to go back and replay Legend Returns, because it's kind of a weird game. You have played it several times. Good. So The Legend Returns has, in my opinion, the best depiction of the Sinistrals in the entire franchise, and that's wonderful. Because the Sinistrals are introduced as very interesting characters. It was your hyperfixation as a 12-year-old. Yeah, it is a lot of game to play as a 12-year-old, too. You are absolutely fair in that regard. I'm still puzzled at how like how a ship has like 12 floors of a randomly generated dungeon inside of it. Heavy freeze. No, you get the burn sword. Oh, you get the red saber. You get the burn sword. Oh. Earring! Earring! Uncool. Alright, 67 to 71 is where things get spooky. Because there's blue teleporters that can snipe you from off screen, and they're powerful, so even a well-prepared party isn't necessarily safe from them. Just because of how they can back attack you, they're very fast. And they have nasty AoEs, or they can just cast Destroy and one-shot your team. Lufia does have access to a piece of equipment that prevents her from being one-hit KO'd, but her HD is so low that a lot of things just one-hit KO her anyway. If I found a third Curse Lifter, I could flip on the Deadly Sword. You're curious who my favorite character in the series as a whole is. So, personally, I think Decker is amazing. He is the true exemplification of a himbo. And I very much respect good himbo energy. Lufia as a character in Fortress of Doom, I think, is pretty great. We didn't get too much out of Wayne and Cena in the Game Boy Color version, but they had some good interactions. Yeah, he does have a very ho-ho energy about him. His only love is his sword. Oh, hello! Alright. Speaking of Decker, yep, so Decker Blade is nice and juicy, powerful. Uncursed Deadly Rod is lovely. Nice crit on the Burn Sword, jeez. I don't need to do that. I could, but I don't need to. I'm not going to go too far out of my way now. I've got pretty much everything I need to hoof it to the bottom floor. Let me, I need more IP. But I can worry about that later. Burn, red. I think burn's the best I got for him. This is what I'll have to do. These guys are fast, as you can see. They're even outspeeding Artie with a speed boost. Fun fact, these chariots have the same defense as mosquitoes from the very beginning of the game. I think they just forgot to add a 0 at the end. Nice job, Sully. I can't mess with that. You know what? I do have 2 Curse Lifters, though. This isn't what I want to do. Ah. Alright, check this out. Just split that up. But yeah, the blue guys here are weak to fire damage. Ah, I mistargeted. The wind genies, the green guys are fast enough is an issue. They're the only ones here that can outspeed even Artie, and I need him to be alive to go fast. Yeah, if I get... Alright, so if I get 2 magic fruits, I'll go to Sully 4. I'll get Big Head. Oh, hello, Valor. Huh. Valor is great because Lufia can use Valor for offense against undead enemies. What am I doing? That's why I said 2. Huh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I lost track of your steps. Wait a minute. Yep, there it is. Under that Genie and Archfiend. Alright. Where's the 100% runs? The last 100% run I did was like a 6-hour run or something. You need early deadlies or it just isn't really worth the effort. Alright, come on. We'll check this out. Alright. Does Valor do the same thing in the Fortress of Doom? Yeah, it's a AoE heal that can also revive. And for what it's worth, I am using the 100% party. Getting some quick levels is fine. I'll do it. I'll do it. I don't like it, but I'll do it. Iris percent is as suffering for you as it is for me, isn't it? I'm careful. I'm careful, I won't have to fight that genie right above the stairs and defeat it. There we go. Close. Iris, did you ever manage to complete the ancient cave in the ruins? Not the ruins, the Legend Returns. That's a 200 floor beast of a cave. Uh-oh. Alright. Okay. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Deadly sword is broken or something. Uh, 162. I still need that silver eye. Yep, it's 200 floors in the Game Boy Color version. Well, so you can beat the 100 floor version of the cave, but there is also a 200 floor version of the cave. Like, you can, after you beat it, you unlock the rest of the run. Ah! That was an accident. That was an accident. That was an accident. Okay. Never punished? Never punished. Alright, one more hit on Decker's face is all I need for IP. What do we got here? Too much. Yeah, so the thing about the ancient cave in the Game Boy Color game, is that the floors are not diverse. Like there's not nearly as much puzzle solving. It's much more like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, where it's just a bunch of hallways that lead to a box room with 1 or 2 enemies on it and maybe an interactable chest. I need to open that, but it was in the way. Yeah, a more traditional roguelike experience. Ay. I like Lufia 2's Ancient Cave the most just because it feels like a puzzle. Alright, so kind of hoping, yeah, 1 miss there is fine. Do you have the ability to buff her defense at all? Yes, you do. Sully 2's gonna Perish Punch, you watch. We'll put some MP on her too. One hit on Decker should be good enough. The one issue is a punch might not be the hit that I need it to be. Yeah, that's what I was a little worried about. I need a second punch or a Cinder Blast. Like that. I use buffs because I need Tia to live, and Maxim in the front row also is not the... Like, look how close! With 2 defense buffs, Tia still almost died. I could have unequipped Decker's armor, and I meant to do that when I was in that menu before. But I just derped and forgot. Ah! You were supposed to teleport above me. Like that. So the nice thing about those teleports is that based on the direction they are facing when they teleport, that is the direction they will face when they land. So you can almost, depending on kind of what they look like in terms of how they're facing, you can almost manipulate where they're going to go and strategically prepare safe attacks on them outside of their, like, outside of just running into them. You can set them up to teleport in front of you, facing a certain way just as they kind of wander around. Alright guys, here we go. Get those calculators out. We are searching for a number 9,980. Where is the... You're going to Deadly Rod. You're going to Lizard Blow. Where is it? None of these boost attack. That does. I got Trick. Alright, Decker, Lizard, Spark Cancer, Deadly. Let me see if I found a better weapon for him. Nope. Alright. Kill before 1 hour 25. Hopefully. Where is my... I am not calculating, but feel free to do so yourself. Good devastation. We're still looking for over 4,400, or say maybe 4,600 would be nice here. Get that jelly. 4,604. Okay. We'll still hit. If Maxim gets a crit, it'll deal mighty high damage because the double trick boost is great. Or Decker. Either of them crit, of course. Alright. Alright, get your hands on that stop button, guys. Because if one of these hits triggers the jelly to dissolve in front of our faces, we win. And that, right there, folks, is a jelly kill!
What power and ability! I have to admit, you're the world's best warrior. I am honored to have been able to fight with one as brilliant as you. Before I go, let me give you this.
Now say it with me once we defeat the jelly, our tradition. Wave bye-bye. Bye-bye!